Look at this. This is outrageous, man. 1 hour in the queue and nothing popped. What up, guys? Welcome to another video, and let's have a chat. Let's sit down and talk about a couple of aspects on Battle for Azeroth beta. One thing that is really bugging me right now is the PvP participation, more specifically in arenas. Now I noticed that at 110 on my tunes, like on my rogue and on my demon hunter and stuff, people queue up for arena skirmishes much more often. At 120, which I have my red paladin on, it's sort of tedious, man. I mean, you saw that shit, 1 hour in the queue. And this is, let's say this is like an exception, but usually it's 15 to 20 minutes in the arena skirmishes on the beta. And when you do get in, you usually fight the same people over and over again. It's kind of weird because I was really thinking that a lot of people would try out, you know, arenas. I know I get dueling, but you cannot draw many conclusions when testing out a character at 110 while dueling is Torment. You can make some assumptions at that point, but the classes do really change at 120. I mean, I felt it with my red paladin. It was one thing dueling at 110, it's totally a different beast at 120. But then again, when we're looking at the world PvP engagement, I already made a video on this explaining on how this is scaling up. I mean, lower level players are basically scaled up with higher level players, so they'll not be at a disadvantage. That being said, people still run away. People still won't engage in fights. I mean, they just turn on war mode for the bonus. Now, this war mode thing is a really neat feature to be added. I mean, I'll stand my ground. There's a lot of positives to it, but one thing that can potentially be bad for other players is that people can group up, like make a party of 5 and just be like on the raids for ganking, you know, horde. I mean, players who are doing like solo content or solo questing and shit like that will be stumped by 5-player or 4-player or even 2-player groups that are just on the lookout to kill other players. I don't mind that. I mean, I can accept that. You know, if I have war mode on, I might as well, you know, be at peace with everything that comes with it, you know, plus and negative. But on that note, it's interesting to see that most of the people do activate war mode strictly for the bonuses, and when you do engage in some PvP shit and kill them, obviously you'll get, you know, bad whispers and shit, you know, people being salty as fuck. And I get it, you know, I get it, I understand it. I just wouldn't accept it like that. Okay, you always have the choice to not have the war mode on. And this is, you know, this is quite a heated topic of discussion, because at the moment, to get your abilities from the gear, the Azerite traits or whatever, it's a fucking grind, man. I mean, you want that 10% bonus to Azerite rewards on yourself because it's tedious, it's so low. I mean, I am now at level 9 Heart of Azeroth, and I can barely progress to that shit, and I'm playing daily on the beta and I'm doing world quests and all of that jazz. It's kind of tedious. I mean, the grind is there, and I honestly thought they would learn from that. I mean, come on, make it a bit more faster. I know island expeditions will be a big part of gaining Azerite power and war modes as well. But so far, my last island expedition was done on heroic. I don't have the item level for mythic yet to queue up. But island expedition on heroic gave me, after I finished it, 300 Azerite. Now 300 Azerite isn't that much, considering that I have to total up close to 20k to level up. It's kind of ridiculous. And you know, the world quests, like the elite world quest, will give you, I don't know, 240, something like that. And you can imagine how grindy it is. One other thing that it's not clear is that we don't know if these Azerite traits will actually work into PvP, specifically in arenas and battlegrounds. I mean, I have Azerite traits on my gear currently, it's just that I cannot unlock them because in order to do so, I have to be at Heart of Azeroth level 11. So even if they would work, it's not 100% a confirmation that they will actually work on live, on the launch. So we'll just have to see. I mean, I am dying for another Q&A session with Hazakostas over there and throw in some questions regarding this aspect. And lastly, and I'll close this off with this topic, the infamous tank nerfs. So I don't really understand why people are so heated up with these aggro nerfs. I mean, I play Prot Paladin on the beta. I enjoy a lot playing Protection Paladin, and I've noticed that I'm losing aggro. Even in my dungeons videos, I've always I started complaining, hey man, I'm losing aggro, either I'm bad or something's happening. And I didn't really know that there was a nerf to the aggro. But still, comparing this shit to Vanilla and Burning Crusade is just ridiculous, man. I mean, seriously, it's just a nerf to your threat. I mean, all of your AoE spells do not generate as much threat as they did in Legion, because it was basically idiot proof. What's the big deal, yo? Just tap target and hit that taunt, and that's it. It makes for a more challenging gameplay, and I totally agree with that. I don't see it as a wow, man, you have to really work hard now to gain some threat. Even if you do, I mean, even if you lose some threat, it will keep your DPS and healers on your toes. You will get a lot of flame for, hey man, you're not tanking it right, man, you suck. But that's fine, man. That's fine. That's part of playing an MMO. Just deal with the times, Jesus. Anyways, I'm sorry if this sounded a bit ranty. It really wasn't my intention. I mean, I just wanted a bit of a chatty video, you know, with discussions and shit like that. And I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think Blizzard should have more incentives for arena participation? Should they relax the Azerite grind and have you gather that Azerite more faster? Let me know in the comments, man. And thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.